Tiger fans, 13-10 in Death Valley, Western Kentucky. Let's break it down. All the good, bad, and ugly. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Teddy Brennan here, Louisiana Boot Crew Media, Revel Asphalt Services. As always, our good friend Millard Morrison, 225-773-3990. Best in the business, going to take care of you. Commercial lots, commercial properties, driveways, you name it, parking lots, they're going to take care of you. We're even thinking about doing gift cards this year. Stay tuned. I mean, what better gift than asphalt for this holiday season? So, we're thinking outside the box, right, Whit? So, 225-773-3990. That was a real barn burner in Tiger Stadium this evening, huh?
Yeah. Turn the game back on, and everyone had their shirts off, and the
Yeah.
saw that. But yeah, that was about the only exciting thing that happened the entire game. 13-10 against Western Kentucky. Yeah.
So is that like the thing? Is that what they did the other week? What game was that where they were just awful and they just took it into their own hands?
Yeah. Apparently Oklahoma State, I think, but I saw them do it.
Oklahoma State, yeah, right after they
Yeah.
fired Mike Gundy.
Yeah, and they did it
That's
before the
special.
game tonight too. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, would you have gotten into that back in the day?
Oh, absolutely. I would have.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we all know who would have started it though. Patrick Khalil.
no. Patrick Kaliva absolutely would not only would have started it, he would have finished it too, and he would have seen it through. And so, old Patty Kaliva, we gotta get him on the pod sometime. He's.
I know we need him on here bad, especially after a game like this.
I'm sure he probably thinks that it could be torturous, and at times maybe it could be, but we would take it easy on him, and so certainly we have guidelines, and so hopefully we'll get Patrick on there one day. And so just from the beginning of the game, it was just absolutely ugly. Good to see Whit Weeks getting the start though tonight. Just goes to show a lot about him. He didn't play a lot. I think he got re-injured, it looked like.
Yeah.
Or if not re-injured, just certainly in an uncomfortable spot that he didn't want to keep going. So, but then Mansour to Lane out too. Look, just bottom line. I mean, just going through the first quarter, Western Kentucky just moved the ball at will, essentially. I mean, or air raid, really kind of up and down the field, making big conversions. But at the same time, you saw Western Kentucky biting themselves in the ass. And so, but LSU's offense could never get in a rhythm. And so it just kind of went back and forth between the two. It was just basically, it was a representation of our entire season. This one game. I mean, just getting out of here with a 13-10 win against Western Kentucky is basically sums up our season. But Harlem Berry, I mean, he's special. I mean, he's fun to watch. And particularly in that pistol formation, excuse me, I've been saying that for weeks. If we're going to get in the shotgun, at least get it in a position where the running back is in a place to get it with momentum downhill, as opposed to when you're always doing the zone read and the quarterback, he's not taking it. So, and then the running back's feet stuck in the mud and they're starting from nothing. And so, when Lenny used to get it, even just a little toss dive in that I formation with JD Moore blocking in front of him, that's a lot of locomotion ahead of you,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he was fun to watch. That was probably the only highlight, but I'd love to hear your opinion on the quarterback position going forward. It's like we've been talking about it since week one. Is it the offensive lineman? Is it the play calling? Or is it just we're going to have to bring in a new quarterback? Obviously, we'll get into the coaching side of things, but I mean, the quarterback's the most important position. I
No
don't know. That
question.
didn't look great. That
Yeah,
didn't look
and
great.
look, excuse me, you know me, I try to be as big of an optimist of an LSU fan as possible,
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
I
that's an
see
understatement.
I see Michael Van Buren, um, excuse me, y'all, last week, and you just see, starry eyes. I mean, you just think, you're looking at the next Ryan Perrilloux, Terrell
Yeah,
Pryor. Let's pump the brakes, Teddy. He's got a long way to go, and so you saw that tonight. He's just one of those guys where I think that you put him in a camp, you let him compete, but he's far from being a surefire. Like, we're going to build an offense around him. Like, if a Lane Kiffin
yeah,
comes, I think he's going to go get his own guy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I think you put it perfectly. You at least let him compete, but he did not win. I mean, and we'll see what happens at Oklahoma next week, but I can't imagine
No,
it's going to be too good.
no,
Yeah.
no, but
He did not
no,
win the definite starting position for next year. That's for sure.
no, not at all. And what was fun last week with the Arkansas game was that you played to win and not to lose. And tonight was a little bit of the opposite, kind of reverting back to your old ways, your old habits. And so that was a little disconcerting. But Frank, he's got a lot of pressure, but I think also at the same time, I think out of all people, he's probably the safest out of all of them to be able to come back and take on a significant role, whether that's
Yeah,
running backs coach or something recruiting wise, because, you can't lose a guy
yeah, we
like that.
can't lose it. Yeah, no, he seems to have the Louisiana how to recruit in Louisiana lockdown. So can't lose
No,
him. Yeah,
I remember growing up. I mean, when we were in high school and he was coaching at O'Perry Walker, and I mean, he was just like the god of New Orleans football at that time. That was 22 years ago, and he went and took the job with Orgeron when Orgeron got the job at Ole Miss, and it
yeah,
was like, wow, I mean, you don't want that guy recruiting against you, and so it was like you don't want O recruiting against you either, and so here we go. Maybe the band's getting back together here in a really really demonstrable way. If you have Lane Kiffin, Orgeron, Frank Wilson all on the same staff,
yeah,
that'd be something.
yeah. I don't think you could put too much blame on Frank Wilson for tonight. I think it's more of
No,
shows
no, no.
how little Brian Kelly was coaching these guys. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
They had no tutelage, no guidance. Like, they were being taught all the right habits and all that good stuff, but you know nothing in that regard was sustainable because they didn't believe in the process. All they did
yeah,
was talk about the process, and there was no process.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So I guess unless you have any further thoughts on that game, I mean, I think the returning it for a touchdown right with 1 minute left pretty much summed up our season.
yeah,
If there was ever a sum up,
no,
yeah,
absolutely, no. No, Western Kentucky. That was an interesting game. Really kind of way too much in the sense that it just, yeah, like you said, encapsulated our season. Tigers actually dominated a lot in the stat sheet, but it was great to see that at the end of the game, that fumble recovery for a touchdown, because it really was like, okay, we do need a fresh start, because it just seemed like here we go again, here we go again, and so. What are you thinking about Lane Kiffin? What are you thinking about that?
yeah. I don't know. Would love to hear your thoughts. I mean, I thought the announcement that he's not going to say anything till after the Mississippi State game is bizarre. I
Yeah,
feel like if he was, but I mean, I don't know. He's a different guy. He seems to enjoy trolling, for lack of a better word.
yeah,
So I don't know if this is all just a scheme of to announce after they beat Mississippi State, I'm coming back, or
that would be really weird.
Yeah, but it seems like a weird way to lay it out, unless he's already told his players and just said keep it quiet, which I don't even know is possible in this day and age. But yeah, I mean, he definitely seems like it's number one, and two teams. If it's in between two teams are in big trouble because I don't know who's up next for the two teams that get left out.
Well, it certainly seems like Florida's taken the opportunity to line up their backup plans. I think they maybe realize they're third in this. It doesn't sound like they're going to get him. It sounds like it's going to be Ole Miss or LSU, and I think just with everything, I think that you would be saying by now that you'd be coming back, you'd be signing your extension. There'd be this big hallelujah moment that hasn't come to fruition. I think he wants to coach the team through the end of the season, regular season. Just a couple of days ago, they didn't think they were going to be able to afford him that. Now they are, and so I think that's different. It gives him the ability to save face. But like Nick Saban said on game day, it's not a Lane Kiffin fault. It's a college football fault. It's just the timing's not right with the portal, early signing day. Things are messed up, and so right now Lane Kiffin's doing the best that he can. He's balancing a dream season with a potential dream job, and so just kind of let him do what he's going to do. I think ultimately, just from the good guys that I've heard on our side, the big wigs, the Shade Dixons, the Mike Scarboroughs, the Matt Mosconas, just a lot of other people. It just seems like LSU is going to get him, and there's too much smoke about deals being done, and so if it doesn't happen, then so be it. But LSU definitely gave it fucking hell. So.
I mean, I think we talked about it last time or 2 times ago, but how many times does a top 5 job open up? So I think his decision is, am I going to stay at Ole Miss forever, or am I going to, jump in on this opportunity?
Exactly. It's all about timing. It's like, Kiffin's looking to make that next move. LSU's that spot. I've said before, I know you've heard it. I know you've thought the same thing. The two have been eyeing each other for years. It's all about timing. And so now, I mean, imagine Lane Kiffin, being able to recruit Louisiana and the transfer portal and put those athletes as wide receivers on the field. And, and then get a really good defensive coordinator like we've talked about, a Blake Baker. It would be something special. That's why he's being paid. He's being offered that much money in NIL. And so, I mean, it's going to be really, really fun to watch. Final thoughts, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe that's the thing that really, I mean, obviously you get a top 5 program in LSU if he comes, but the difference in NIL money that we can put up versus what Ole Miss could put up, I think might be the real factor here.
On a consistent basis. And even if Ole Miss can put up the money, in a certain year, or even every year, if they compete every year, the difference is that LSU has that high school recruiting. I know Ole Miss is turning over their roster every year. That's, you live by the sword, die by the sword. And so LSU has the ability to play the portal and high school recruiting still. So that's very appealing in it too. But, Whit, thanks for coming on. We're going to have a lot more to talk about, obviously, over the next couple of days with Kiffin. I think news is going to break out even before whatever decision's made, whatever decision is made next Friday or Saturday. So anything else?
Yeah, hopefully we're having an emergency podcast in between now and the Mississippi State game. I don't think we're in the era where you can just keep this under a wrap for a week longer. I just don't see how that's possible.
Totally agree. And, it's tough. We didn't see a lot from the Tigers tonight, but we saw a couple guys, that you're going to want to keep around. God, DJ Pickett looked good. That's somebody that you're going to want to pay $1 million or $2 million too. So, all right. Thanks, Whit. And thanks to Revel Asphalt Services. Tigers win 13-10 over Western Kentucky. Keep an eye out. Lane Kiffin. Hopefully he's going to be a Tiger. We're going to find out, but keep it to Booker Media. Whit, if I don't talk to you before here, happy Thanksgiving. Best to your family, all right?
Yep. Fingers crossed on Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.